There goes, guys, a little steam burning off the old coolant there. Very nice. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are in the 2002 Saab 9.3 convertible. Say what's up.
Hi.
Today we are on our way to replace the lower control arm on the driver's side of this vehicle because the ball joint is shot. And the other thing we're going to take care of before the dead of winter is the thermostat. Hey, why are we doing the thermostat again?
If we don't, my car won't heat up like it should.
That's right, because the thermostat is stuck on open, so as soon as you are not accelerating, the car is constantly cooling. So when it's like in the next month or so, when it's going to be 10 degrees, 5 degrees, or even 0 degrees, you can say goodbye to all heat if that thermostat's not replaced. So today, while it's still kind of warm, we're going to go ahead and take care of that. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe this video, because this is the Saab channel right now. We got a lot of Saab action going on. All right, guys, let's open this box up. See how it looks. Okay, professional parts from Sweden. Yes, great aftermarket company for Saab parts, depending on what it is. There it is. New bushing, new bushings, new ball joint. Over here is the thermostat, and it also has a new gasket on there, which is what we want. Also from Sweden Pro Parts there. All right. All right, guys, now that the tire is off, you can see under here how this works. The lower control arm, there is, let me pull the camera off there so you can see everything I'm talking about. This is the control arm that we're removing, but it's got the sway bar link attached to it, and then in the center right here, this right here is also attached, is attaching this rear trailing arm, I guess, if you will. I don't know what they call it legitimately. But so we got to remove the sway bar link, which is a 10mm bolt, this center link here, the trailing arm, which is there, and then of course the ball joint, which is right underneath here, we got to release. So that is what is in store for us here. So when you turn the wheel, guys, you can see direct access to the ball joint, and it's a, I'm using a 3/4 wrench. All right, now that we have everything free, we got to get that inner side bolt out. Let's check out what that looks like. All right, guys, a 15mm socket will get that inner bolt out. There it is, guys. Our busted, you hear that? There's our busted ball joint. Throw that out and now reapply everything. All right, boys, literally installing this new control arm in reverse. So I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna slide this onto the trailing arm thing, whatever that part's called, and then slide it into its groove just as we did in reverse.
Done?
With that,
You didn't do the thermostat yet?
nope, I'm gonna do that right now.
Oh.
That was the hardest part of the whole thing now. All right, boys.
Where is the thermostat located?
Right over here.
You just pop it in and pop it out?
All right, guys, so the thermostat, if you haven't done any of them on these OG 95s, 93s, they're located right here on the top left side of the engine. There is 2 or 3 10mm bolts that hold it on. I forget exactly which ones you can just loosen versus completely take out, but I'll review that here shortly. But first things first is remove this hose. Make sure the engine is cool. So we're gonna remove this return line, and then we'll go ahead and pull the housing off where it's covering the thermostat. Let's do it. All right, guys, so the first thing I suggest you do, because I've broken this before, is the vacuum line. These lines get brittle. This one's brand new, obviously. I just replaced it a couple months back. So I'm gonna remove that out of the way because you're gonna be in there moving around, and if your car is older and has higher miles, these vacuum hoses are brittle and those just crack. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that out.
Where are your gloves at?
On the
No, that Evan gave you, or you got from Evan. The new ones.
they're right there in that white box.
Where? Oh. Cool, I'm gonna take a box home. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. No, not yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Guys, this is what I'm talking about. It goes to the brake booster, vacuum pump, and then also this part here goes to the intake manifold. Push in the red dials and it releases. So when I removed that, what it just did is it gave me a lot of room, and that's what we want. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't this whole time. I apologize. So I'm just going to give you the quick update. Here is the thermostat housing. It sits on the engine just like this. Bolt on the top, bolt on the bottom. Those are both 13mm. And then on the bottom right here, there's a 10mm bolt that's holding a bracket to it. Once you release those, it simply pulls out of the car. Now that we have this all removed, the thermostat is here, and I just dropped it inside the engine here, excuse me. So here's the old thermostat. This one is broken. If you guys notice, there's a breather valve right here. This sits on the top. So when you install the new one, make sure that that is installed on the top. Here's the new thermostat. Okay, breather valve on the top. I'm just gonna place it right in there. Give it a nice press, make sure it's pressed in there so the gasket seals, which it is. And now we'll reapply the housing. Let's do it.
You have big mouth.
All right, guys, so I'm on hold with getting some more parts. You can see a little hint. There's a hint of what's to come on the channel. Just saying, a little hint right there. Not gonna go into any more detail, but the thermostat's in. I'm gonna go reapply the thermostat housing, the two 13mm bolts. Last thing we're gonna do is install this vacuum pump line, and we're done. All right, guys, so the last step here, since we are done, is I'm gonna top off the fluid again and run the engine, let the cooling cycle, so we could burp the system, and should be all, folks. Alright guys, so to top this off, I'm going to rinse the engine bay out of all the coolant that leaked. I'm getting the coolant out of the garage too, as you can see. So let's knock this out. I'll let the engine run, and then we'll end it with a nice degrease of salt. You know what I mean? Alright guys, I'm gonna dry this sucker up. See you on the flip side here in a minute. I'm gonna take it for a nice cruise when it's dry. Can't wait to hear what it's like with that new ball joint in place. No more popping and rattling and squeaky noises. Yesterday, we drove this car 400 miles, 400 or 500 miles. We drove it up to Boston and back yesterday with that situation like that. So got a good run. Luckily, the heat was working. It wasn't too cold along the coast, as we mentioned earlier. But in the next 4 weeks, going into January, February, in this area of the world, of the Northeast, the Saab is now ready to go. Stay tuned. Be back in a sec. All right, guys, we are taking the first drive since we put the new ball joint on. I will say that the front suspension is now pretty quiet, right? Would you assume? Would you say that?
I mean, he didn't really move that much.
All right, wait, let's hit the bump.
Much better.
Much better.
Much needed.
So we got a thermostat put in, so we don't have to worry about the.
Did it change? Is there a change in the?
Well, the thermostat is still the engine's still cold, so it's not all the way up to operating temp. But as soon as we're done with this drive, it will be. But the front suspension is no longer making noises, and that is important to us.
White exterior.
what they call it, or amber. I think, I don't remember what they call it.
Beige.
I think it's amber.
Beige.
That's what Volvo calls it. New 2020 XC60 coming. All right, let's accelerate this beast. Smooth. I find this to be a great success. So another Saab story, no longer a Saab story. Hope you guys...
Until next time.
Until next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the merch links below. These hoodies are pretty sweet. They're Saab-tastic. Your guys' support has been awesome. We have a lot of good content coming. I have a lot of things that I haven't revealed. I took a little bit of a break for the holiday season here this past week, so I apologize for the spacing of the videos, but I hope you enjoyed this one. Little update on the OG Saab, since we haven't done any content in quite a while, since I think October. So car is running great. We've been cruising it. So I hope to see you guys soon. Please like, share, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. You guys rock as always. Thank you.